So Iowa head coach Jan Jansen, who will be going into her second season with the program as a head coach. One of the biggest things that I realized about Jan's kind of her mindset and not so much personality, but the way she runs this team is if you're gonna play on this team, you're going to one, you're going to earn your keep. You're going to definitely, in other words, you're going to earn your playing time. You're going to compete and you're going to play defense number two. So those are the two things. You're going to earn your playing time and you will be playing some defense on this team. So, that's important to stress because some players don't mind putting in the work, the grind, the hustle, putting in that extra oomph, extra time after practice. Some players don't mind that to get where they want to go. And other players, I'm not going to say they want it handed to them. I'm not speaking about nobody in particular, but some players expect, the expectations is that their playing time is going to come with wherever they were ranked at, say, out of high school, or wherever they used to be at the other program. They expect to come in and have their way, like Burger King. And I think it's just important to stress that you kind of, you know, I'm going to say it this way. If you believe in your game, you'll be fine. If you're going to put the work in, you'll be fine. Ava Hayden showed that. I wanted Ava Hayden to play so bad, so bad at times. And she didn't see the court. Same thing with Tegan Mullaney. Wanted her to get more exposure. But I think, everyone's opportunity, you hopefully would come. Everyone you hope get an opportunity. There are some players who don't get that chance to play. They only play sparingly. But you like to think if you were a talented player and highly recruited or high work ethic, never say die attitude, determined player, skill, you think you would get your opportunity, and hopefully you do. But look, talked about Taylor Strimlow earlier. Check that YouTube short out. She's a player with high upside, which leads me to the highly touted top 10, top 15 player, um, highest recruit for Iowa since Caitlin Clark herself, Addison Deal. I said that Jan makes these players put the work in to play. You know, she'll give you, some spot minutes here or there. But if you want to be a rotational piece, you really got to grind like hamburger meat. And you really got to put the work in. And so I think if there was an exception to the rule, it would be Addison Deal. Addison Deal, Jan Jensen herself. Hope you guys can see that right there. This is what she said. You know, um, highly skilled, high IQ, can play both guards positions. Y'all stay tuned because I have a video coming about how everything gonna be okay, Iowa fans. Everything gonna be okay. We didn't go out and hit a home run. We didn't hit home runs in terms of getting portal players this time. No Luciosa. But when that video drops, make sure y'all check that out. But yeah, Addie should be a starter from day one. If not, I will still trust the process. But I know that she's gonna help push this program along. And we need her. And it won't just be her. But I will say that Jan, again, um, she brings these players along and she puts them in the right positions and situations. And it's up to them to make the most of it. We're going to stay away from the Leah Guyton, who went over to Illinois. We're not going to use her as an example. But if all holds true, Hayden, Mullaney, Strimlow, all should have expanded roles this season. And we'll just see. I don't know if Journey Houston and Layla Hayes will play like Addison Deal will, but I do think there's power in committee. I'll say that before I end. There's power in committee. You got a lot of options, and I hope Jan's not afraid to use them. But yeah, the moral of the video is I noticed that about Coach Jan. If you want to play for the final time, you got to put the work in. You got to prove it in practice That's something I didn't say. And you just have to be going hard, full speed all the time, and have your wits about you out there on the court, and you'll go far. But in terms of just thinking, hey, coach just gonna throw me out here and just let me shoot, let me play, let me do my own thing. No, it doesn't work that way. Defense, back committee, who knows? We might not have the offensive firepower of a Caitlin Clark and a Lucy Olsen, but we're going to surprise people. And I'm going to talk about that in the video. But yeah, that's Coach Jansen. Maybe something that nobody else quite picked up on, but I did. She's not just going to sit there and say, okay, we're playing everybody. No, we're going to have a rotation. If you want to crack that rotation, you better work harder than ever. And even the players in the rotation expect nothing. So y'all know what it is. Hawkeyes Nation, Hawkeyes for life. And we rolling with this team, whether we 3-31 or 31-3. All right, I'm out.